welcome to day 24 of the Blizzard Buddies competitive group Ironman journey. I've got a renewed inspiration to work on a bunch of quests on my GIM. Originally it's been one of the things I've been most dreading, probably like a lot of you who've started new GIM accounts. Especially as someone who's done the quest cape twice in this game on my main and my iron, and once in old school, doing it for a fourth time seems pretty rough. For some reason or another, training my skills again for the fourth time feels much less taxing than questing again for the fourth time, but it must be done. Once I inevitably get burnt out on quests after today, I've got to refocus on my goal of training prayer. Our team is getting really close to securing the world's first Journey Tier 7 broadcast, and at this rate, we'll end up getting the total level requirement done before I complete the Falador Hard Diaries that I promised to do. To complete those, all I'm missing is 70 prayer. I say all I'm missing, but that's actually going to be a pretty hefty grind. An extremely productive and important grind that also is going to get me that much closer to Priff, but a hefty grind nonetheless. Enough rambling, enjoy the clips today. Great way to start when you get to do the frogs, gets 30k XP. This is going to give me 65 farming, and that's going to be the Walguthic Sleeps requirement. I think the only requirements I'm missing now are going to be some melee stats so that I can access the Warriors Guild. Gotta find the quest in the quest guide here somewhere, and I'll just confirm that, but I'll do that on my own time. Alright, hopefully this isn't going to be a daily occurrence, but I've been caught, and I've been set on fire once again by my clanmates. This is 2 days in a row now that I've been the target, so unlucky. But good thing there's a big pool of water here. Alright, throwing some more mana rays in storage for Ant. It's actually starting to get more reasonable at this fishing level to gather these, and I also got the big shark drop. I don't know if you saw that in my bank, but I think that's the first time I've ever gotten one of those in all my years playing this game. Okay, first quest of the day. Probably one I should have done a long time ago, but here comes Smoking Kills. This one is really big because it basically doubles the amount of Slayer points that you get per task. I've only completed one task, so I haven't missed out on too many points, but this is basically Slayer unlocked going forward. Alright, this has got to be one of the most legendary cutscenes of all of the quest cutscenes. I always really liked this one, especially when I did it for the first time many years ago. Just chasing after the headless chicken, and then soon enough, probably one of the funnier NPCs in the game is going to come into frame. Oh my gosh, they updated him. What the heck? He's got a new armor set? That's crazy looking. He's got like, is that the updated Saradomin armor? Is that updated rune armor? I've never seen that before. That is funny, I did not expect that. I expected him to look janky as all the other NPCs. Well, good for him, good for Cowkiller 1337. Wrapping up the Animal Magnetism quest. I didn't really do this quest for any particular reason, just put it on my list of quests that I would like to do. Kind of an iconic early game quest, I suppose. There we go, second quest of the day. I sat through it. I got through one small favor for the fourth time in my life, which was not very fun, but not so bad in RS3, I suppose, with all the teleports. Good quest to get done. It's going to allow me to get King's Ransom done, which is going to be my next goal. And I got a couple lamps in Herblore here, so that's always good. Also, I've been saving all of the keys in my bank until I got this keyring reward, so I'm going to be able to free up a few bank slots here. Go ahead and search for key, and yeah, look at this. I've got like a dozen keys that I can clean up. I don't really want to buy bank boosters anytime soon, but again, that's going to be one of those things like Premier, where it's probably going to be inevitable at some point. Alright, big quest done here. This is King's Ransom, claiming all my XP lamps right now, and that actually puts me up to 68 defense. So getting closer to that 70 where I can start wearing some of the God Wars gear and the Barrows gear that we've got in group storage. And also I'm going to go ahead and gear up, and I'm going to do the Knight's Training Ground mini quest so that I can get new prayers unlocked, and also I think it gives a lot of experience, so it's going to be a really good thing to get done. I heard it doesn't drain your Necromancy level like it does your other stats, so Necromancy is basically going to be a cheat code if that is true. Yep, and look at that, your Necromancy does not get drained at all, so you don't need to waste any super restores, and it's kind of just pretty silly how easy it makes some of these early game activities. A lot of oversights with Necromancy. There we go. There's the Knight's training ground completed. And look at all those levels that I got. Got 70 construction, or wait, no, that's accident. I got 55 attack, 53 strength, 62 ranged, and 68 HP. Not too shabby. There's got to be a joke here that I've completed a regicide just after completing King's Ransom. Saved one king to murder the next one. Unlucky for that guy. But I needed the agility XP. What can I say? Since I've been talking about Priff non-stop for the last few days, might as well start working on the elf quest line, and here is roving elves done. Gonna claim myself the crystal bow. Much cooler than the crystal shield, if you ask me. Also, that'll probably potentially be handy for training my range doing the dragon method once I get to 70. There is catapult construction completed. Nice little construction quest. Quick quest done. There's Tale of the Muspa. I'd say this is another one of those iconic cutscenes. So that's 2 quests with pretty iconic cutscenes. This is the Defender of Varrock cutscene where you have Domintheus just going full Palpatine mode with the Shield of Arav. I remember thinking it was pretty funny as well back in the day. But voila, there's Defender of Varrock done. Next on my list is going to be Curse of Arav so I can get Walguthic Sleeps done. Alright, what would be a progress video without some important dailies? There is Jack of Trades, number 2 of the day for 67 Herblore. And I've still got one more run to do. It's a little bit tedious to do triple Jack of Trades, but it's just so good on an Ironman. Here comes 56 agility. We're gearing up to do a little group dungeoneering session with Ant and Accident pretty soon so that Accident and I can get 75 dungeoneering. But in the meantime, while we're waiting, I'm just doing some agility laps. It's also going to be good because I need 61 for one of the next quests I want to do. There's 59 agility, also one of the levels for the Grimtails quest, if I remember correctly. And there's a big milestone level. There is 60 agility. Still going to be a little bit more time before we get that dungeoneering session started, so I might be able to get 61 after all. 60 is also a big level. You get all these quests. You get Kindred Spirits, Elder Kill, and Rockin' Out unlocked, so that is pretty sweet. Kindred Spirits is a really good XP quest, so I should put that on my list for sooner rather than later. And there we go, there's 61 agility. That's the level I needed, so I'm going to head over to Daemonheim now. I actually got the Nimble outfit piece, but I wasn't recording, so that's pretty good. 1 out of 5 on those. 61, I believe, is required for the Curse of Arav. First level of DG, we're just doing some trios. Chills was busy with other things at the moment, and he's also higher DG level than all of us. He's in the 80s right now, so he's progressed on his own, and we gotta play some catch up. Nice thing about group DG is the XP is really fast. There's 74 DG. Just one more level till I get the Priff Req, and then Accident is like just a little bit behind me, so we might have to do a couple extra floors so he can get his 75. And there we go. That is 75 dungeoneering for me. That is another big Priff Req. I remember not liking that at all on my main Ironman because it was just solo dungeoneering at the time, but doing it in groups has been a lot more fun. And we're actually hopping out so we can get our dungeoneering wildcards for the Occult floors. That's a big magic level. That is 70 magic. Just doing my Barrows Reaper here. Got Carol in the tunnel. And there you go, 70 magic, so now I can... That's a level for Do No Evil, for Branches of Darkmare. Got so many rewards. Can get the Aram Staff even. Maybe I'll get it from this next chest right here. Wouldn't that be convenient? Realistically, I'll probably end up using the Gothic Staff until Vanquish is unlocked. Ah, no staff. Unlucky. Alright, last kill of the Barrows Reaper. Then we're probably going to call it a night after that. No drops in this Reaper. That's alright though. Good XP. Alright, quick level check-in for everyone. We've got A Accident here who crossed the 2000 total level milestone, which is really huge. He's been working on his Priff Req. He's possibly going to be in Priff by the time this video comes out. He might get it tonight when I go to sleep. He usually stays up a few hours later than I do, so he might be able to get this 75 crafting and 75 summoning that he's missing and get that quest done, which would be really cool. He'd be the first one of the group to make it all the way to Priff. But yeah, huge progress for him the last few days. He's even catching up to Chills, which is pretty crazy to say. Unfortunately, didn't see Ant online, so I didn't manage to get a picture of him today, so we're going to skip right over to Chills, who has crossed 2100 total level milestone, so Still 100 levels higher than even Accident, which is pretty nuts. 300 quest points now. So he's onto the hard clue tier of dice rewards. Now he's got the possibility of rolling something crazy like a Shadow die or a Barrows die from those. And yeah, overall, just his stats are really, really crazy. Almost everything in the 70s, only a couple 60s and 50s that I'm seeing, so definitely the craziest progress out of all of us. And once again, for the 24th day in a row, we are still ending the day as the rank 1 overall team in the game, which is really, really cool. Got a little over a 200 level lead over the next closest team, and we are 90 levels away from locking in that world's first Tier 7 broadcast, assuming I can get my Falador hards done for the team. If you have been enjoying keeping up with our Rank 1 competitive group Ironman journey, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'll be making daily videos documenting our progress for the next little while. 70% of people who watch my videos are still not subscribed, so please double check if you are subscribed. It's free, and it motivates me to keep making these videos. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.